Hi, and welcome to Vocabulary Wednesday. My name is Chris with Magoosh. Today's theme is slightly different than usual. It's called rhyme time. And I say it's different than usual because we usually focus on the first part of the word. Now we're going to deal with the end of the word, and the words rhyme, starting with opine. What does opine mean? Well, opine is a fancy way of saying to express an opinion, to speak one's mind. So again, not really that subtle or complex of a word, just kind of a fancy way. Instead of saying, I think, you could say, well, if I dare to opine, I believe this to be the case. Fancy word, don't necessarily use unless you want to sound kind of snooty. Next word, supine. Opine, supine. Ow, my spine. Nope. Notice the U. Supine, though, interestingly enough, means lying down, so in a sense you're on your spine. But that's not the definition I really care about, nor I'm assuming does the GRE. Rather, it's to be supine, figuratively speaking, is to be morally lax, to not stand up when you see injustice around you. So Rosa Parks, who sparked the civil rights movement, so to speak, was one of those people who was anything but supine. That is, she had courage, she saw the injustice around her, and she wanted to make a difference. So she was not supine or lacking that moral courage, lying down, as it were. Next, asinine. Easy way to remember this word is, well, it comes from donkey, but the pejorative or negative of donkey, which is ass. So it should have technically, etymologically speaking, had two S's. Asinine, but they dropped an S. What does it mean? Like an ass. Well, don't get too creative there. Let's go back to the donkey. Donkey, poor guy, isn't really known for his intelligence. So to be asinine is to be stupid. And it usually refers to behaviors or comments. So if you're doing something stupid, your antics are asinine. So preserve that only if you really want to be nasty to someone, instead of saying, that's silly, say, oh, that's asinine. But I'd rather you not say it at all. But what about vulpine? Vulpine, interestingly, asinine came from a donkey. Vulpine, well, it doesn't come from a vulture. It comes from foxes, Latin for foxes. Now, this is a very rare word. I was kind of digging deep here, trying to find words that rhymed with "eine." And vulpine isn't just about foxes. It's not, Jerry doesn't care if you know the word for foxes, but this word is taken on a second definition, which probably shouldn't surprise you if you know anything about foxes and how they're portrayed in fairy tales and children's literature in general. And that is they're kind of sly and sneaky. So if somebody is vulpine, they're crafty, they're cunning, they're tricky. So watch out for those foxy types. And stay tuned for next week, when I'll be back with probably non-rhyming words, but words that you will definitely want to know before you take the GRE.